There we go. So just let me know when you're ready to go.
Ready to go?
Have you finished eating your apples?
No, but I won't eat them again until the next break.
Okay.
Okay. Good to go.
Dementia.
When I got back to the game, I was getting very upset and confused. Not because of the game, just, you know, that's just me as a person. Really.
It turns out I had dementia.
Yeah, I forget things quite easily. I have to take a pad and paper to write things down. Everything's coming together. It makes sense. The story's not got plot holes in it.
Yeah.
I thought about the way the monster looked at me. The game couldn't have heard what I said. That's impossible. It had to be a random
feelings inside.
But why did it happen precisely at the moment I insulted the monster?
Fuck
Nothing
you,
about this
monster.
game made any sense. The new Godzilla monsters, the weird replacement monsters, out of place imagery like the green temples, quiz levels, and the red monster chases. It didn't seem to add up in any kind of meaningful way. If it was a prank, it wasn't funny in any way I could understand, and they clearly put far too much effort into it. If they were trying to make a genuine sequel with new Godzilla monsters, then why did they add everything else?
Because.
Experiment. Some group project made talented and crazy people, and they lost the cartridge somehow. Or maybe they intended for some random person to find it. Because that's how all great art projects start.
Yep.
It was all just fruitless guessing. As far as I could tell, there was only one way to figure out what the deal was with this game was. To play it through to the end.
Oh,
Maybe,
we've got ourselves the mission.
There would be something in the credits. An explanation by the creators as to why they made this. Or it could be something much more cryptic and strange. Maybe even something horrifying. Before I got a good look at the dementia board. Oh god.
Hey everyone, welcome to the dementia board. This is a forum to discuss having dementia.
I considered replaying Trans to see if the red monster would look.
Oh, it happened again.
For fuck's sake.
You
Paul
pushed
forgot he
your
was
luck.
reading.
For fuck's sake.
Check like your Windows sound settings and make sure there's no like fucking automatic thing on it or anything.
Ah yes, the automatic thing.
The profound
Like
monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe it's a quality filter, am I right?
Hey Alexa, turn off when I make bad jokes.
It's
Wait,
never
Windows.
turned up.
Hey Cortana. Oh wait, no one uses Cortana.
What's a Cortana?
It's their Alexa that that thing that you immediately turn off when you have Windows 10. It's that.
Oh yeah, that.
You know
Oh,
that
do you mean
creepy
the
bitch that comes on when you install Windows 10 and goes, hello.
Yeah, the circle that keeps asking questions.
Yeah.
Hello,
not
Paul.
what Cortana
Does your
is.
dog
Can I
like
have the
president?
long card number and the last 3 digits on the back and the
Hello,
expiration
Paul.
date?
Would you like to order a chips? We've
Based on
recorded
your
the phone
browsing
call you
history,
had.
we would recommend a chips.
We recorded the phone conversation you had with Village Grill 10 years ago and feel you'd really enjoy a chips. Anyway, I considered replaying Trans to see if the red monster would look at me again, but I decided against it. I wanted to keep moving forward.
Gotta keep moving. Gotta stay low.
I was also somewhat worried that backtracking might cause the game to become even more strange.
Oh, got ourselves
The
some
Dementia board
tunes.
music sounded a lot like the Saturn music, except it was slowed down.
Oh my
And
goodness,
no
it's the
one's
dragon
heard
from
the
the land.
Saturn music, so we have no idea. And played with a piano-sounding instrument, because using a NES chip, you can easily tell what the instruments are.
Would you say that this is piano-based music, Paul?
I would not, and I'm a veteran of piano-based music.
As someone who understands piano-based music.
Like most of these new map themes, it had a dangerous, suspenseful feel. Listen to the dangerous suspense for a minute.
Yeah, it's so suspenseful.
This is quite a pleasant song, actually. It's on my study playlist. No joke.
Is it?
While listening to the music,
Can I recommend lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax/study to?
While listening to the music, I looked at the Dementia board. There were 4 boss monsters this time. SpaceGodzilla, Manda,
Mhm.
Gigan,
Mhm.
and Baragon.
That's a Lord of the Rings character, isn't it?
Yeah. I was surprised that there were 2 new Toho monsters this time. Whatever. But the best surprise was still to come. I started the quiz level.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's
we
another
go.
list of results in the same format as the last one. Can you swim? Yes.
He's got
Do you
me.
like fish? Yes. I agree with fish here. Fish? Fake. I agree with fake here. Fish are disgusting.
Do you like fish sticks?
You own a fish, Paul. Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like eating fish. Can penguins fly? No. Aww.
A sad fact of life.
Half of these quizzes is just the author just destroying Face's expectations of how the world works.
Is he showing off, like, look at all these faces I made, let's do it again?
Can it spin in all directions? There was no clarification of what Face meant by it, so I just guessed. No.
Based on website meatspin.com. And yeah, that's my reaction as well.
Do you breathe oxygen? Yes.
Well, actually, you don't breathe oxygen, you breathe 70%.
It's actually 90%
20%
nitrogen and fucking...
4% carbon dioxide. Pushes up glasses so far that they got in their forehead.
Ben, shush, this is the worst.
Okay.
Does it taste good when you bite a woman? I don't know who came up with this question, but I really hope they're getting mental help. I answered no. Okay, face. Is it night where you are? Yes.
It is night where we are.
Yeah. And that's when the Cyclopses come out, apparently. They're nocturnal. You know. It's a fairly legitimate answer. Do you
It's
like
Mike
cats?
Wazowski's parents.
Do you like cats? Yes.
How
That's
dare
not
they?
nice, Face, fuck off. Is water wet? Yes. God damn it, Face.
Fucking water!
Why? Why must water defeat me again?
Well, actually, water itself is not wet. Water is only
It's
items
actually
can
the
get
physical
wet with
process
water
of
going on
connected
them.
with the water and the item that is in the...
Water only requests the status of wetness upon
Chuck
you.
Norris
can-
doesn't
the
get
water,
wet. Water gets Chuck Norris.
The water envelops you.
Face is an early millennial.
Well,
Have you ever broken a bone? No. Well, that's gonna change.
There's a subreddit for you.
Do you like your job? Yes.
Aww.
Face is
Face
actually
doesn't
gonna
like
get you
his.
fired. Yeah.
Good god, I hate this fucking music.
I know.
No.
Would you like a new monster? Yes.
Oh no.
Well,
I
no,
wasn't
don't do it.
entirely sure this time what Face meant by new monster, but I couldn't resist
new
answering
monsters.
yes just to see what would happen. The result was mind-blowing.
Blow my mind, come on. Oh.
The game took me back to the board and I had a new playable monster in the form of Anguirus. What?
Hello, I'm Anguirus. I'm from
To
Angus.
my new anime. Godzilla, Monster of Monsters TM. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to play as Anguirus, since he was my second favorite Godzilla monster.
What's his first? If it isn't Godzilla, then he'll be like...
And plus, I never liked Mothra all that much.
Aw.
Mothra's the other character in the game, by the way, he never uses her. I moved my new Anguirus piece over to the level right next to it, eager to test out my new monster.
Uh-oh.
Before I get into the level description, I'll talk about Anguirus a bit. Using the up and down buttons, you could choose whether Anguirus stood in a bipedal stance or crawled around on all fours. It wasn't a huge difference, but being able to stand was helpful in boss fights, and crawling sometimes helped dodge obstacles and attacks.
Crawling!
And we've just lost all our subscribers there.
No, you didn't even do it right. It's...
Crawl!
So
Was that the jump
another
scare?
jump scare. Sorry, I didn't warn you, Ben. Yeah, Stephen was actually scripted to do that. I programmed him before this reading.
Yes, programmed.
He could punch and kick like Godzilla, but no tail whip.
Yep.
Instead, he had something far more interesting. The ability to curl up into a spiked ball of death and roll around. Oh, it's rollout.
I'm sorry, are you still talking about my programming?
Yeah,
I just realised this is fucking Steven's Godzilla thing.
What?
How long have you been planning this, Paul? Did you go back in time and tell Steven to program a game?
Oh my god! Yeah.
Big booty bitch, bitch.
Oh my god!
Is there going to be a seizure mode in this as well?
Oh my god, this is actually perfect. I did not make that connection at all.
It's all synchronizing.
Right, anyway. He could punch and kick like Godzilla, but no tail whip. Blah blah blah, rolling around. You could still take damage, but it was lessened. It was a good way of clearing out stage enemies, but unfortunately doing this also drained the power bar. I don't know what the power bar is. I think it's just their ability to use special attacks or something.
Protein bar.
But the spiked ball wasn't his only special ability. When you press start, he would fire a beam... When you press start? Instead of pausing the game? Okay, that's the most unsettling thing about this fucking haunted cartridge.
The start button.
Yeah. When you press start, he would fire a beam of energy from his mouth. It resembled Titanosaurus's sonar attack, and if this were a hack, it may have been inspired by the roar attack from Atari's Godzilla fighting game.
Yes, that's exactly what was wrong. Also, this thing sounds overpowered as fuck.
Yeah, I know. Also, I've noticed that when playing as Anguirus, the level meter gets glitched up. Again, so I don't have to, do anything to it on the screen caps. Judging by the life and power bar, I'd say he's on level 10. Yeah, they have levels in this game as well.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Now, on to the level. Does this look like something a Nintendo could produce?
That was great.
I know. Like, just to let you know, all of these screen caps, the author of the game basically just did all the art himself. It was like a labor of love, basically, from the author. It was really impressive. Like, one of the reasons I really like this Creepypasta is because the artwork is so good.
Wait, so did he design me?
Yeah, he did. As you might have guessed from the level icon, these levels are green palette swaps of the ground and background tiles from the blue mountains. But what immediately caught my attention was the water, which has a transparency effect. Possible for a NES game? No. I know the Super Nintendo could do it, but I had never seen a transparency effect in a game on an NES. What? The Green Mountains music was played with the same instrument as the Blue Mountains, but the melody was totally different. It was a very simple song with a lot of abrupt pauses, followed by a loud note every few seconds. There it is just now.
Yep, good song.
Yeah,
I like
good
it.
timing. Anyway, I went through the usual strolling through the level, and again there was no monsters or anything, but pretty soon I had reached a cliff above the water. There was
Aw.
nowhere to go but into the water, so down I went.
Oh, it's gonna become Echo the Dolphin. Ah!
The water transparency... It's an opera fish.
Under the sea.
The water transparency made things a bit harder to see, but it's tolerable. After going underwater, I encountered two new enemies. A giant piranha. He's not... Oh, I guess he is giant, like, relatively
Yeah.
speaking. He's probably the
pretty
size
fucking
of a
giant.
fucking house or something, yeah.
Well, that thing's like the size of a skyscraper or something.
Fair enough. And then some some kind of spiky bottom feeder thing. I liked the piranha because I could easily tell what it was.
Ah, yes.
It was a sane enemy design that would appear in a real game, and there were very few enemies like this. They didn't take much hits to kill, and could considerably trim down your life if they got close enough. They also tend to travel in packs. As for the bottom feeders, they look like fucking
It's like a
chicken tikka
lobster
gone mad.
claw. It's the claw.
The claw. They swim along the bottom of the screen towards you, and are easily crushed with a roll attack or jumped over. In this screen cap, you can see me about to run one of them over, because I'm epic. And there's a pack of piranha. There's a pack of piranha behind it. After I beat that level, I moved Godzilla onto the blue castle.
What was
I
that?
started the level, and I got a title screen with the text, Unforgiving Cold.
Is that a chapter end, or are we still going?
No, we're still going.
Sounds like a Doom
Alright.
chapter name.
John Stalburn waited. Wait. Ooh.
The level
Oh!
itself looked like a castle dungeon made of blue bricks,
That's
with
my
rows
face
of
right
identical
now.
white statue faces on the walls. These statues' faces had a permanent look of horror on their faces.
Yeah, it's more like shock, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh.
To be
Oh.
fair though, if you had been transposed onto the wall of a haunted video game cartridge level,
That's
tower,
what it would look like, yes.
yeah, you'd be quite surprised as well.
Remind me
Also-
of the faces from Final Fantasy 9.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there was also some flickering grey static, which didn't really obscure my vision,
It's
but it
not.
adds to the very unsettling mood of these levels. The music was a 12-second loop of a low-pitched choir vocalizing. It sounded very
Let's
familiar to
See
me.
what this sounds like. Hold on. It's quite faint.
Yeah, well, the author did say, like IRL, that what he was thinking of when he mentioned this loop was the start of a song in Doom 64, which sounds nothing like this, by the way.
Author's
Whatever-
note. Thanks for reading my story, my Godzilla fanfiction. Bunch of X's.
Ah, dear. If you like the American Godzilla adaptation, you can get the fuck out of here. Whenever I played through one of these levels, I got this sudden horrible feeling of anxiety. Yeah, I know what it's like, mate. I'm a millennial too. I had the feeling that the farther I progressed through the level, the closer I was getting to something unspeakably evil. Spoilers, there's nothing in this level. There weren't any enemies, but these were one of the longest levels in the game. I only played one level, but it took 7 minutes to complete.
7
I would-
minutes.
I would be turning off the console
Yeah,
and
I'd be
fucking
turning off the
frisbeeing
fucking-
that cartridge out the window.
Jesus Christ. That's just...
This is like the
I'd
entire
be
season
like-
2 of
That's just
Melancholy of Haruhi
that's
Suzumiya.
just fucking haunted game padding, that's what that is.
It'd be like you do it for 2 minutes and then you'd be like, oh, it's clearly broken.
Yeah. Yeah, they clearly
F
didn't
enchantment
program an
broken
ending
game.
at this level and just made it repeat itself.
Yeah. Everyone spam F for no reason right now.
Yeah, spam F for the game. I didn't want to admit it to myself at the time, but I realized something playing the Blue Castle level. It's the unforgiving cold. This game has the power to make the player feel certain things.
I know.
I
I'm
don't mean
feeling
in the
right now.
sense that you get irritated playing a crappy game, or get unnerved by something scary in a game. What I mean is that certain events in this game can instantly make you start feeling something.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I've got a really bad cold.
The unforgiving cold made me get the flu. I did not forgive it. I know that sounds completely insane. I don't blame you for not believing me, anonymous reader on the internet. I wouldn't believe any of this myself. But there is something very... Am I autoing out again?
Only briefly.
Okay. But there is something very, very wrong with this game. And I still don't know how to explain it.
I'm only
Okay,
realizing now, 10 levels in.
Okay, you're good.
I'm beginning to think this game is not what it seems.
This happens for like a good few more chapters as well. It's like
This game-
it could be haunted, I guess, but you know, maybe I'm just imagining that I'm feeling really unsettled for no reason, and that monster
this
looks
point,
at me.
If you're ever taking notes about a game on the NES, just assume from your starting position that it's haunted, and
Yeah,
like you know, it's haunted.
I saw the game cartridge leave the NES, go downstairs, and slowly.
Open my fridge
Brother
and drink
again.
my milk, the bastard.
Is this some sort of weird glitch? I thought. Anyway. Okay, this is good. So, then it was time to fight Baragon's replacement.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Although
this guy
Baragon,
knows what's up.
no, just wait. Although Baragon was originally the smallest monster in the game. His replacement was the largest. It was so tall, in fact, the ground was noticeably lowered, and not Baragon's head still barely avoided collision with the bar at the top of the screen, and he was just as frighteningly bizarre as he was huge. You may be wondering how he attacks without arms. Well, he has the most powerful kick in the game, but his other fighting technique is much stranger. First, this isn't the funny part. First, he blasts a cloudy breath of pixels down at you. Is that really the best you come up with for that description? Really?
It looks like he's like sucking him up more than blowing down, if you know what I mean.
It reminds me of the whale from Futurama.
Godzilla, let me taste your brain. Which causes you to freeze. Then he walks right back to the right corner of the screen. And extends a huge Gatling gun from his abdomen.
Is that a minigun or are you just happy to see me?
Correct.
He blasted me with his crotch cannon.
This might seem amusing to you. It fucking is. But it certainly wasn't to me when I was playing the game. But for some reason, as the game makes you feel certain things, this made me feel horny.
Oh, I bet when he added that, this might seem amusing to you, he got like feedback from someone, burst out laughing, and he's like, how dare they? How dare they mock my vision?
This attack is almost as annoying as Gigan's saw, but not as sexy, of course. And not Baragon could have been unbeatable if he consistently used it. He'd also be unbeatable with the ladies, if you know what I mean.
He could only use it once and had to wait half an hour.
Thankfully, he only did it twice.
You can only use that attack every 30 minutes.
Thankfully, he only did it twice while fighting him. That must be his equivalent of sperm, like the pool. I later found out in the second level that Godzilla was pregnant. Oh god. I when I was fucking annotating this part of the script, I was like, they're gonna have so much fun with this. And I was right. Once you, I used to leave that there. Once you unfreeze, you could run up and start damaging the gun.
Does he want to start thrusting?
Which does extra damage to him.
The terror.
Oh no, you broke my cock. This helped me to destroy him, and then it was time to play the third level type. I decided that I was going to use Anguirus to fight Manda and Gigan, and then fight SpaceGodzilla as Godzilla. It was only fitting. Before getting into the battles, I'll describe the third level type, the Arctic. Everyone say goodbye to this cock gun.
Aww.
F's in the chat for the cock gun.
F for cock gun.
Okay. Bye.
Savagely torn apart by Godzilla.
Ben, I'd like you to pay attention to the music.
Okay.
If it's playing, yeah, it is. It's very quiet. The Arctic is exactly what you guessed from the name, an icy tundra with a few watery segments.
Music? Oh,
Does that remind you of anything?
hold on. No.
Okay, right, I'll spoil it then. The music reminded me a bit of Northern Hemispheres from Donkey Kong Country in 8-bit form.
No. Oh. Yeah. I do get that, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the sense that they're both sparse music that use like this. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I can see
It's
where
literally just one tone and some little
Yeah.
scuttling noises from like fucking Arctic woodlice.
Yeah, I can see where they're coming from.
A very dangerous sounding song. It made me think about being trapped in the tundra and freezing to death.
It's the moon.
There are
Ah!
2 new enemies in this stage.
Oh god,
the first
E.T.
is a creature flows in the block of ice. They block your way and you have to use the heat beam to thaw them out of the ice.
Or it's
They
Ben's
look a
mic.
bit like a smaller version of Not Gazora, only without the eye. When freed, they do an invisible beam. An invisible beam. They look very they look very malnourished though. You can see their ribcage.
Or it's just
all-
mega side boob.
Yeah.
All they're eating, it just all goes to the ass.
Yeah, that's true.
It's even got like a dimple.
This music is quite pleasant actually.
I
Yeah.
bet they would have quite the backstory in the Wikipedia talk article for this monster.
Yes, let's talk more about microphone face human anal gland. Or what.
Look, I think you guys are just upset that you're not going to see the cock gun again. Okay? You're just looking for something to get you over the cock gun. This is the rebound, basically, this alien. Anyway, when free, they do a strange crawling movement and push you backwards. It doesn't cause any damage, but it's a bit annoying. After dealing with the Iceman, I kept walking for a minute or two and came across a water segment.
Jump straight in, Jesus.
Yeah. I jumped in, and this time I managed to get a screen cap showing how the water splashes when you jump in. Don't know how they programmed that. Haunted cartridge,
It's
mate.
haunted, you fucking idiot!
Oh, God. But it's pretty
Get
impressive.
get Derek Acora in to have a fucking seance with this cartridge.
He presumably wrote this after he finished the game, so he knows it's haunted.
I assume it's
Maybe
like
he hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
But he said at the start of the fanfic, after what happened to me, I don't want to play this game anymore. Maybe it was just that. Maybe it was just like, oh, I didn't
Maybe
know
it's just
that
a shit game.
could do splashing.
Maybe
I
he
don't
was
know how
like. I imagine he was taking notes as he. Maybe he had like maybe he has a stenographer next to him taking notes.
Yeah, maybe you went back and revised some of it, but not all.
Court documents.
Maybe he had dementia problems and kept a notepad beside him just in case he needed
Yeah.
to take notes.
Another interesting thing is how the screen changes focus when you go underwater. You can see the other new enemy, a little thing I call Spike Walker,
A little thing I call testicular torsion.
like a ball.
Yeah,
It looks like a ball with
It
legs.
is a testicle that has been twisted. Yes.
Yeah. now, now that you've said that, looking at that actually makes my balls hurt.
Yes, I thought I had that once, and I can confirm it wasn't it, but I'm glad I didn't have it.
They walk towards
did
you.
it start walking as well?
See, that's where I
They
thought
wa-
something was going wrong.
There is quite a lot of phallic imagery in this creepypasta.
Well, it's this chapter specific. It's ever since the dick gun. I think the guy needed a wank when he was writing this chapter.
Yeah. The game makes you makes you feel things. They walk towards you and explode randomly, or instantly if you attack them, sending spikes in every direction. The spikes don't do much damage, but they did get me dangerously close to falling into a pit a few times. Oh, speaking of the pits, don't go into down into the water. The game has a platformer element, bottomless pits. Oh, hi, Piranha. There weren't any of these in the original game, since it was strictly an action game, but the pits were a neat addition.
Okay.
After getting back on land, I encountered a very unexpected mini-boss.
A
Maguma,
walrus.
the walrus kaiju.
Oh,
It's kind of cool.
I like him. Why
What?
can't he be the main
I'm
character?
eating them in the breaks.
He looks kind
I
of
know this-
confused that Godzilla's there.
Hi, Godzilla, what are you doing here?
Oh, nothing much. Just having another stroll.
Are you depressed too? If you
Well,
look at the moon,
I
it's
thought-
really nice.
I felt better. The moon.
It's a two-tone moon. It's actually oh no, yeah, that's gonna be Saturn's moon, Enceladus, or whatever it's called.
It's his favorite one, or one
No,
of his
that's
favorite
Titan.
ones. Where's Titan? Titan's probably one of the dots.
Oh yeah, right enough, yeah. Maybe the walrus is Brian Cox. Hello, Godzilla. This tundra is amazing. Have you
Why-
seen how the water makes a splashing sound when you jump into it?
Why are we walking on Saturn? It's a gas giant.
Anyway, I need to fight. I need to fight you now. The game demands it. I know this game has some
Would you
obscure
like a game
monsters
of
to
cube
begin
ball?
with.
Cube Sport, I'll have you know.
Anyway, guys, you're missing this guy fucking nerdgasming over this fucking walrus.
Okay.
I know this game had some obscure monsters to begin with, but wow. Not that I'm complaining. It's a pretty cool cameo for an unappreciated kaiju. It's literally just a fucking walrus.
Yeah, come on, Japan's not that not interested, unique.
Maguma's fighting tactics were very
Oh.
simple. He had a freeze beam and he could charge into you. Not very challenging, but certainly more entertaining than the Matango mini-boss in the original game. One really interesting thing about Maguma is that he doesn't die when you defeat him. He turns tail and retreats. Okay, bye Godzilla. I'm going home now.
I'm going for a dip
A dip.
in the
What?
methane lakes.
Watch the splashing effect when I jump into the water.
Look at this mixture.
This was the first time I'd ever seen an enemy monster change direction, let alone retreat. I tried to chase after him, but he disappeared after I got in the water. Poor bastard. And that does it for the Arctic. I'll talk about the Manda fight next. Oh god, here we go. I wish he just put this in the fucking fanfic when he wrote it. I forgot to mention before, but the music that played during the new monster fights is reused from themes actually in the game. Far the themes have been Titanosaurus, Gazora's music, Biolante, Hidora's music.
In an itemized list.
Yeah, it literally is. Orga, Baragon / Megara's music,
Theme from
Barrel's
Harry's
music.
game for some reason.
SpaceGodzilla, Mechagodzilla's music, and I'll
Big
have
booty
you know,
bitches.
when you played these
Basement
bosses
theme from
earlier
Jill
earlier in
Shock
this
Resident
earlier
Evil
in this fanfiction, that was
Mansion basement. Yes.
yeah, mansion basement.
Wow.
Anyway. As for the
Oh.
fight, Manda was a fairly crafty opponent. When it realized one tactic was ineffective, it would immediately change to a different one. That's that haunted cartridge machine learning and play again.
Yeah.
Hang on. It's
Anyway.
been Godzilla the last little while.
Yeah, changed to Angus.
And Gary, yeah, you missed this at the start of the chapter, Stephen. Oh no, he can change his monster.
Ah, okay.
He can change his monster when he starts a different level. Because of the board, remember? You'll get it
Yes.
eventually. Anyway, Oh, fuck, sorry. Wrong one. Manda used quite a few tricks, like spitting fire, biting, and the most
Spitting
irritating
hot
of
fire.
all, constricting.
Oh, fuck.
Constrict
me, baby.
It
This
doesn't
is just
matter.
Pokemon.
Yeah. I know, yeah, what? Yeah, it's just a move from Pokemon. Like, Godzilla has Tail Whip. Like, come on.
Yeah, this is all
And
Pokemon
hyper
clearly
beam.
ripped off Godzilla.
And Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It doesn't mercilessly drain your life down like Gigan's Cutter, but it was by far Manda's strongest attack. One last thing to note that I found pretty cool.
Fucking yellow submarine.
No, this is the
They're a big-
Atragon. Don't, no, Ben, this is the Atragon. Every Godzilla fan knows about the Atragon.
Is it also a Beatles song?
One last thing to note that I found pretty cool was that the
We
Atragon
all
showed up.
live in an
Yellow
Atragon.
Atragon.
Yeah, the
I want
Atragon
this creepypasta Atragon.
Atragon in the sky with diamonds.
Oh god. The Atragon showed up during the fight to help me out.
Hey,
Manda crushed him with
Atragon.
ease, but it was still cool.
Turn
I
me
guess
on,
this-
dead Atragon.
I guess this happened in like a film or something. I guess that must be it. I slayed Manda through an Arctic level for health power-ups, and then it was on to Gigan's replacement.
It's me!
That fucking fish, he gets everywhere. I love him. When the fight started, wait, actually,
Fishes.
guys, don't get too attached to this fish.
Okay.
Oh, it's my bestie. That's too late now.
Yeah. I
When
hope
the
nothing
fight-
happens in the next image.
When the fight started, I was very confused because there was nothing there. I thought this was going to be like the Titanosaurus fight in Pathos, but just about the time when it would have been going back to the map, a piranha appeared on screen. But it wasn't there for long. As soon as it appeared, the speakers emitted an ear-splitting
Oh,
screech,
shit.
and Not Gigan flew in and ripped the poor fish into pieces.
Fuck.
Well, that's one way to get the player on their toes. F's in chat for the fish.
Yeah. Fuck.
That abrupt ending scared the hell out of me and got my adrenaline rushing. Oh yeah, that was the jump scare bit.
Was that the jump scare?
No.
Oh, okay.
Which in retrospect was a good thing. Not Gigan was one of the fastest, most unrelenting opponents in the game. It's literally just like an evil Slimer from Ghostbusters.
He is. Yeah, that is exactly what he is, actually.
Not Gigan was tough, but my new skills with Anguirus helped to even the score. This was still an incredibly intense fight. Not
Ooh.
Gigan's attack consists of some kind of blood laser he spews from his
I thought it
mouth.
was his tongue.
Yeah, and a
Like
downward
tongue.
slash. I was expecting some hellish variant of the buzzsaw attack, but thankfully there didn't seem to be one.
Tell you what, without a cock gun, I'm just not as interested. As, oh! Oh, wait, no.
No, it's the wrong way around. Sorry. I know it looks like it's coming that way, but it's not. Sadly,
Coming that way, yeah.
the Howl attack was invaluable in defeating him. I would have taken more screen caps of the fight, but I really had to concentrate. Okay, we know you got lazy, author. You can tell us. It's okay.
It was really cool, though.
Can't believe the special effects in this fight. It was even better than the splashing effect you get when you jump in the water.
My girlfriend
Imagine-
in the other town loved it.
It was, imagine, like, Avatar, but better.
Avatar 2 on the NES. Monster of Monsters TM on the cartridge. After that, Monster left to take down SpaceGodzilla. He
Ooh.
looks pretty cool, actually.
He does.
It's like Godzilla, but from space.
Isn't Godzilla from space?
Yeah, isn't he in space right now? Aren't they both Space Godzilla?
Yeah, they're in dementia. Right?
Well, no, it's
Fucking
Space Godzilla and Space Godzilla.
Maybe the moral of the story is your biggest enemy is in fact yourself.
No, your
That's
biggest
actually-
enemy is yourself, but from space.
Yes. No, your biggest enemy is Space Godzilla, just regardless.
As mentioned earlier, I used Godzilla for this fight. SpaceGodzilla's fighting technique was rather frustrating, but admittedly a very clever idea. SpaceGodzilla was using energy to create 2 flying crystals, which would reach the ground and become crystal spires. These spires not only blocked you from reaching SpaceGodzilla, but it also allowed him to constantly recharge to full energy and blast you with a deadly, fully charged Corona beam until you broke the spires. My Corona beam.
What's going on?
I don't know. SpaceGodzilla would eventually drain his own spires of energy until they shattered. He really put loads of effort into like choreographing these fights. I'm genuinely impressed by that.
Yeah.
Like he really put a lot of work into this. Because none of this is actually in the game. He did it all himself. Anyway, he would drain his own spires of energy, blah blah blah. But if you waited for that to happen, you'd probably lose a lot of life. Heat beams actually seem to re-energize the spires, so you had to use physical attacks. When you finally got close enough to hit SpaceGodzilla, he was no pushover.
Punch him in the jaw.
I know. It's been a long time coming, SpaceGodzilla. When I punched him, he hit me back just as hard. SpaceGodzilla does everything Godzilla does, but space.
He space punched him.
SpaceGodzilla does everything in his power to knock you back to the left corner of the screen, so you can create more spires. By the time this was over, I had only about 5 life bars left. But it didn't matter, because I
Shit,
didn't
it's
need to
moving
fight
again.
anymore. I needed to run. Here we go again. I decided
Here I
right
go
then.
again on my own.
Thank you. But we're not going to get copyright claim for that. I hope you realize that.
There we go. Entire LRM range. Sam Ravitch is going to copyright as well.
God damn you, fucking white snake. I decided right then that I really wanted to see the end of this game. Didn't you say that last chapter? You said
How
every
much is
chapter.
left in this game? Is this the last level?
Sorry, I was drinking some water. No, this is level. I think there's 7 boards, and this is the 4th one.
Then why is it like he's making it seem like we're near the end?
Yeah, we're
The
nowhere near
bastard.
the end. As terrifying as these levels could sometimes be, I had to beat them to get through. I decided that no matter what happened, no matter what the game showed me, I was going to get to the end. And I also made sure while playing a chase level from here on.
hit me with it.
For this
Jeez.
chase, I tried out Anguirus, since
Yeah,
its
it's
roll attack
lava.
allowed me to move faster than Godzilla or Mothra. The chase started off like the first two, except there was a river of blood. A river of blood? Was it hyper-realistic?
Yeah, look how realistic it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my Kool-Aid, eh?
Hey Anguirus, do you like this river? I made it from the blood of my enemies. I was beginning to get the hang of it, and the extra speed from the roll helped me get an edge on the red monster. Especially since I didn't have to worry about a power limit, and could keep rolling endlessly.
Just keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
Thank you, I was waiting for that. Like the previous levels with water, the ground inevitably reached a stop, so I rolled off into the blood. To my surprise, the hell beast didn't follow me. It just stopped at the edge of the ground and grimaced. It's
Yeah.
always grimacing.
I fainted the sight of blood, see?
I guess it can't swim, I thought to myself. So I went under blood
Oh, fuck off.
and continued moving. There wasn't anything around, but I knew something was up. The chase wasn't going to end that easily, could it? Surely something else had to show up. And sure enough, I heard the bellowing roar, sounding slightly different. Oh,
I'm a fish, see?
you're ruining this monster for me, man. I'm never gonna have any more nightmares again.
Good. I've cured it.
And the monster was following me.
Under the chain.
And the monster was following after me in a new aquatic body. I had no idea it was a shapeshifter. After it reappeared, the chase started to get into the difficulty I had expected. Being submerged slowed me down, putting me at the beast at about the same speed. The only thing that would keep me alive was fast thinking and reflexes. I encountered some bottomless pits, in which mines floated up from.
Jeez.
Sentence fragment.
Yeah,
I
I'm also a
assume-
xenomorph, apparently.
Yeah, that's a xenomorph thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Although they did find one of those in nature as well.
What?
Like, there's a fish that also has a jaw inside a jaw.
I want you to send me that, sounds cool. I assumed that if you hit one, it would damage you and knock you back. Considering how fast the red monster swims, hitting the mines would be instant death, so I went through great effort to avoid them. But that wasn't all I had to be wary of.
This would be like one of those
Halfway
Crash
through the-
Bandicoot levels where you're getting chased by the big ball.
It fucking
Yeah.
is, isn't it? Yeah. Halfway through the chase, the hell beast revealed yet another surprise. A tentacle formed of intestine and tipped with a clawed set of jaws burst from its mouth, trying to pull me in and devour me. I only barely... That's the monster, by the way, not me. I only barely avoided both the tentacle and the mines, but I could tell the beast was getting desperate because the chase was nearly over. And about a minute later, I'd spotted a bit of ground that served as the exit. I let with all the might I could muster without breaking my controller. The beast screamed with rage, "Arr!" and jumped out of the blood river in one last attempt to drag me down, but I escaped its grasp.
I'm picturing
time.
Free Willy.
I fell
I'm
back on my
free.
I fell back on my bed and took a deep breath.
I'm flying!
Satisfied with yet another successful escape. Now I was headed to the fifth world. Entropy. That's chapter 4.
Oh, right. Hey guys, it's Entropy here with my new story.